I'm here with Paula Zuccotti, who's written this extraordinary book, Everything We Touch, which is Paula describes as a 24-hour inventory of our lives. She's been around the world photographing the objects that people touch in 24 hours. And that's people as disparate as cowboys in the United States to young children in Shanghai and geishas in Japan. And I'm interested, first of all, whether you think we are moving closer together as a world. Do we tend to now use the same products, share habits more than we ever have, do you think?
Yes, definitely. And you can see that clearly on the photos. And I think it's nice to see that what unifies people the most are their interests rather than where they live. So, you could see somebody in Shanghai have a very similar lifestyle and products and brands that somebody in Marrakesh or LA, and being very different to somebody in their own country. Like things travel from one place to the other one really easily now. People borrow habits from other cultures, people borrow food, brands travel from one place to the other one.
But you don't think that people are losing their identity? Quite clearly they're not.
No, I think things are blending. Like you look at the photos of Marrakesh, and people in Marrakesh have a really particular way of bathing and really particular scrub products and different towels to the ones we have, they're really thin. And all those things come through, their cooking habits, their tea, all of that you can see. But at the same time, you see how influences from other cultures are coming in and things are blending. So sometimes when you look at the photos, it's not so obvious to tell where people are coming from. And sometimes it's really hard, how far do you have to go not to find an American product and whether the British products and what I've photographed British people in America. And their page has peachy tea, sage pea sauce, and all the things that like baked beans, because they can buy them around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this book really, in a way, isn't great news for brands, is it? Because people don't love them in the way that we wish they would.
Yeah.
They might use them, but they're not in love with them. Did you sense that?
I think people love their things, and people love their products, and people love everything that is theirs, and they are attached to them either functionally, emotionally, and people love their objects that have a story and they mean something to them. So I've seen people talk passionate about a book, a jumper, a necklace, a pair of sunglasses, not so much about their shampoo, their conditioner, unless it's the one that, unless it's the one that leaves their hair amazingly and they have to hand. And I didn't see people talking about working the brand words, but I didn't see people talking about brands, or, the love of the brand, but it's the love of what that product does for them and how much it tells about them and it represents them too.
So there's quite a lot of headway for brands to make, quite a lot of opportunity for them to make us fall in love with them more. Yeah. If only they would, if only we could fall in love with them in the way that we might fall in love with a jumper or a pair of shoes.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to let those objects grow into somebody's life, and sometimes it's not just the idea of the purchasing of that product that will create that love relationship. Is that relationship that is developed between the person and the product. So sometimes it's not first sight. It comes with use, it comes with care, it comes with company.
Yes, I was interested too in your observation that if you look at these spreads, there's technology in here. And we keep thinking that technology is the future. Yeah. But in fact, it's the technology that's going to change. But some of the other habits aren't.
Yeah. If I take these photos in 10 years' time, I would not find those, Apple laptops and those tablets and those phones. Those things won't be there. And if they were, they would look so obsolete. Whereas the fork, knife, tea towel, cling film, hairbrush, they will be there, Those are the future. Those things haven't changed for a while, aesthetics aside, they remain the same for a long time, and I would have found them, 50 years ago if they did this too.
So interesting to hear. Yeah. Knife and fork described as the future.
Yeah.
It's a cracking book. Yeah. It's really lovely, and we've enjoyed having you talk for us this morning. Thanks very much indeed, and coming soon, another edition, do you think?
Coming soon, new ways to explore, stories to tell. So I see everything we touch as a platform and a language that is really easy understood by people, and it doesn't need translation, it doesn't need words. You just show, somebody's day and people understand it. So I want to use it to talk about news stories, things I want to talk about, poverty, corruption, indulgence, what we do around the world. So
it's wonderful.
yeah.
Such a good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you, Richard.